So as you follow along to this routine, all our sticks that we use are color coded. And if you buy yours off of Amazon or Temu or wherever you buy your tools, if you bought the same ones, they obviously don't come color coded. So I'm just gonna show you and explain which are which, just so that you know. So we don't use these first two because they're too big to use for anything, so you can just set those aside, because in most of my videos, we don't use them. And so you're left with these. So in this order, you can look, and it basically goes in this order from biggest to smallest: green, blue, white, yellow, pink, and black, down to the smallest one. For today's mug class, I used these colors. For paint color A, I used Decor Americana Multi-Surface Cotton Ball. For B, Decor Americana Multi-Surface Dark Scarlet. For C, Craft Smart Multi-Surface Gold Ochre. For D, I used Craft Smart Multi-Surface Mediterranean. For E, I used Craft Smart Multi-Surface Tropical Rain. And F, Craft Smart Multi-Surface Radiant Gold. Okay, are we ready to get started on the mug? So we're gonna take the big blue stick, with paint color B, and you're gonna place it right on that middle dot, or middle X, I guess, on your cup. Okay, so next step, we're gonna take the pink twirly, smaller end, and you're gonna place dots, so you should have lines like this, and then sideways. You're gonna place a dot on each of those lines basically, but as close to the middle dot as you can.
Which color?
D, sorry. Okay, so after you place the dots on all those lines, you should be able to fit another dot in between the dots we just did. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the pink twirly bigger end with paint color C, and we're gonna place dots basically in between but above the ones we just made. So not exactly in between them, but above, like that. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the white twirly bigger end with paint color A. And we're gonna do the same thing we just did. We're gonna place these dots in between but above. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the pink stick with paint color B. And we're gonna place these dots in between but above, except we're now gonna skip a gap. Like that, okay? Or in other words, you can put it on the line. Yeah, on each of the lines.
And what color?
B. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the pink twirly with paint color E, and we are gonna walk the dots. So bigger end first for this first dot. Then you're gonna switch to the smaller end and walk the dots around without re-dipping halfway. Then you'll re-dip and go the other way. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the pink twirly with paint color C, and we're gonna walk the dots again. So using the bigger end for this first dot, and then you'll switch to the smaller end to walk the dots. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the pink twirly bigger end with paint color A. And we're gonna start in between the first and the second dot of the walking the dots. And you're just gonna drag down. Okay, so they're not touching at the top, but they're touching at the bottom, okay? Okay, next step, we're gonna take the white twirly smaller end with paint color B. And we're gonna place one dot like that. Then you're gonna place one a little bit higher, and then two on the side like this.
Do you redip every time or just?
Yes. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the little black stick with paint color F. And we're gonna place a dot right there. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the pink stick with paint color D, and we're gonna put it above the gold dots, or the dots we just did. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the pink twirly with paint color B, and we're gonna walk the dots. So bigger end for that first dot, and then you'll switch to the smaller end to walk the dots. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the white twirly with paint color E, and we're gonna walk the dots again. So bigger end for this first dot, and then you'll switch to the smaller end to walk the dots. E. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the white twirly again with paint color A, and we're gonna walk the dots again. Bigger end for this first dot, and then you'll switch to the smaller end to walk the dots. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the white twirly again with paint color F, bigger end, and we're gonna walk the dots again. Except when you place this first dot, you're not gonna switch to the smaller end, you're just gonna re-dip and walk the dots with the bigger end. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the blue twirly with paint color B, and we're gonna walk the dots. Don't worry, it's the last time we're walking dots. So, placing this dot, and then you're not gonna switch to the smaller end. You're just gonna re-dip and walk the dots with the bigger end. Okay, next step, we're gonna need the white twirly and the pink twirly. And paint color B. So bigger side of the white twirly, we're gonna place one dot here in the middle. Then you're gonna take the pink twirly smaller end and drag it down nice and long. Okay, next step, we're gonna use the same tools, the pink twirly and the white twirly, and paint color D. So using the white twirly bigger end, with paint color D, you're gonna put 2 dots to the side like this. Then you're gonna take the pink twirly smaller end and drag it out, staying close to this red teardrop. Okay, next step, we're gonna take the pink twirly smaller end with paint color A, and we're gonna go below the second swishies that we did and make a third smaller one, like that. Okay, so this last step is optional. You can decorate your handle however you want. You could do these 4 little dots like we did down the handle, or if you want, you could do these seashells, I like to call them, down the handle. You can do hearts, which is what I'm gonna do. Show you how to do them. I'm gonna put 2 dots together like that. And then you're just gonna use the pink twirly to kind of draw out the heart. Like that. You can do little hearts down the handle, but if you just want to leave your handle plain, then you're done.